Shalom, Mishpaka. So I wanted to share some encouragement with you all. I wanted to share with you something about tabernacle. And if you all remember and have read the story of the prodigal son, I want to share some insights with you and just some things that I was thinking about. And it's quite encouraging because I think if we see the big picture, we know that we are going home to tabernacle with our Most High, with our Ab. And so I'm doing this inside. I was going to do this outside because I just felt like going outside, but it's too noisy with the traffic. So I wrote down some things, and I wanted to just kind of summarize, first of all, the story of the prodigal son. So I'll do that real quick. So the prodigal son story is how, two sons were given a portion, right, from the father. Because one of the sons ended up asking the father for his portion. Well, that son went and did basically riotous living, right? He went and he spent all of his wealth and his money, right? And then a famine came and arose in the land. And he joined himself with a citizen, right? Another person, kind of like he was sojourning with another person. And during that time, this man took him and had him to feed the swine, right? Had him to work for him, right? And this was a dirty job, right? Tending to the pig slop and the swine, and this was quite different than what he was used to. After he had spent all of his money partying and doing all these things, he had nothing. So he didn't have much of a choice. But after leaving his dad's house, this is what he did with his money. He squandered it. And, he basically came to realize that, wow, even the servants in my father's home, my Abba's home, they don't lack. They have bread enough to eat. And even them, right? And here I am, the son, and I'm living worse. I'm living more in poverty than them. And so he realized this, and after coming to realize this, he felt that he was unworthy. He started to realize he wanted to go back. He felt that it was unworthy, that his dad would not receive him back, right? And so on the way back, he had all these things in his mind, thinking, my father's not going to accept me. I've totally messed up. And I want to stop right there in this part of the story and just let everyone know, because I've done a sharing on this in the past on my channel, but this is kind of like where we are now. You see, this prodigal son is really about us coming back and to be with our Abba, to tabernacle with him. And what does it say in the scriptures? It says that he will prepare a place for us. He will make us to dwell with him again, right? That's why we do Sukkot, which is dwelling in tents, right? We are dwelling with our Alua, our Yahuwah. And if you think about it, a lot of us, when we're going through this and we're being renewed, and he's removing this transgression from us, we feel like we're not worthy. We're not, like, why me? Why, after all the terrible things I've done in my life, why would, the Most High pick me to be awakened to these times and to see the truth of how I was doing these terrible things in the pig pen and eating the And even the son in the story, he was, eating the swine's slop, right? And so you come to realize that in the story, though, he goes and his father sees him from a distance, and this amazing emotion just comes over both of them. And the father runs to him and kisses him on the neck, which I think is so significant. Because if you think about it, the neck is this area of affection, right? And, to kiss him on the neck and accept the son back for all the things that he thought, he had done. The father, his Abba, which was most likely a king, right? Welcomed him back and had even a feast for him. But I want to tell you something about the neck. You see, the neck part of this is very interesting because we are the body, and we all have a neck, and we all have a head. So who is the head of us? The head of us is Yahusha. And who is the head of Yahusha? Well, that would be Yahuwah, right? So if we are to be connected to the head, we have to have the neck connected to the body. And what did he kiss? He kissed the neck. It was like a bridge. There's a bridge between the head and the body. And I just feel that this is so beautiful because it shows that his love for his son, no matter what his son felt that he went through, no matter what, he forgave him and he was there for him. This is us. This is how our Most High feels about us. He wants us to be with him and tabernacle with him. He wants, and by doing what he did, he gave his right hand, which is Yahusha, his son. He came down in the form of a man in the flesh for us, right? This is the Mashiach. And so if you have gotten to this part where you now have realized that you were swimming and feeding the swine, and you've come out of it and realized that you were doing wrong, and now you're on your way back to tabernacle and live with your father, your Abba, you are already right there. All you have to do is continue to walk to his tabernacle, his home, his castle, right? And likewise, if you look at all of the scripture, you see that in the tabernacle in the beginning, when Moshe was, they were all commanded to make a tabernacle with Shemitah wood and with ribbons and all these beautiful things, right? And what was in the tabernacle? Well, the Ark of the Covenant. And what was in the Ark of the Covenant? The testimony, right? The testimony and the commandments. The testimony was in the Ark. So we ourselves are like a walking tabernacle also, because we are the dwelling place of our Alua. Our Creator dwells with us. And soon, and very soon, I feel, he will make us to all be one and dwell with him. But in order to do that, we have to wait for his kiss on the neck. We have to wait for him to give us our crown, right? And so I'm going to share a few scriptures. And I encourage you to go and look up the word tabernacle and just look up all the way from, Bereshith all the way over to, Hazun, and just look at it and, study it maybe and just ponder on these things, Even in the Brit Hadashah, our Messiah, our Mashiach tells us that he goes to prepare a place for us, right? He will prepare a place for us. So I want to share with you Talahim, which is Psalms 27:5. For in the time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion, in the secret of his tabernacle, in the secret place of his tabernacle. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock, the rock of Yahusha. 26:6. Or actually, I think it's 27:6, if I'm not mistaken. And now shall my head be lifted up above mine enemies around about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. This is what we are to do. Offering up praises and sacrifices. Daily sacrifice. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto Yahuwah. You see, we shouldn't be discouraged in any way in anything that's happening in this world, because if he has chosen us, and he has already started the process of removing our transgressions, and he did this, and all we have to do is understand it and accept the gift, and accept this, right? And then walk accordingly. Walk as Yahushua walked, obeying the commandments and following in the way. Just as we are called to be a Abrim. We are called to be ones that cross over, right? This is what the word abar means, is to cross over, like Abraham. So we will, if we continue to endure, we will tabernacle with the Most High. And I just wanted to share this, and just know that we have already done the part where we were messing around in the pig pen. And now we're walking forward, going back home. And all we're waiting for is that day when we will look up the hill and we will see Yahusha, and he will come to us, right? He will save us. He will deliver us from all that we are in tribulation and everything. And we will finally tabernacle with the one true creator, our Yahuwah Sabaoth. So I just wanted to share that, and I encourage you all just to, just think about this story, and maybe go and read. It's in Luke 15, chapter 15. You can read about the prodigal son. So with that being said, everyone, I love each and every one of you, and I say shalom. Good evening, or tube evening.